Candy Crush Saga is one of those rare games that manages to feel both timeless and perpetually current. A mobile puzzle title that's been around since 2012, yet still holds a gravitational pull over millions of players every single day. Opening. The game today, it's striking how its initial charm hasn't worn thin. The polished, candy-coated aesthetic, the instantly familiar UI, and that cheerful jingle that greets you like an old friend. Yet the experience has been continually refined, expanded, and monetized to the point where it has evolved into a vast ecosystem of challenges, events, and progression systems that go far beyond the humble Match-3 description it's often given. At its core, the game remains the same. Swipe your finger to swap adjacent candies, aiming to align 3 or more of the same color so they pop off the board, sending satisfying cascades of sweets tumbling into place. The mechanical simplicity is the hook, but the subtle depth comes from the power candies you create by matching 4 or more in various configurations. Striped candies that clear rows or columns-wrapped candies that detonate in a satisfying blast, and the iconic color bomb that wipes out every candy of the same hue. This combination of simple swiping and chain reaction spectacle gives each level an addictive rhythm. Set up, match, watch chaos unfold, and react. The early levels gently teach these interactions, but before long you're dealing with obstacles, like licorice locks chocolate that spreads across the board, and jelly layers that need multiple matches to clear, which forces you to think several moves ahead without losing that quick play accessibility. Progression in Candy Crush Saga is a carefully tuned treadmill that's both welcoming and relentless. The game is divided into hundreds upon hundreds, now well into the thousands, of levels, each organized into episodes, each episode presented as a location on the colorful winding world map. You can blow through the earliest stages with a sense of effortless momentum, but as you advance, the number of moves you're given tightens, and the board layouts grow trickier, nudging you toward either sharper strategic play or the use of boosters. Boosters are both earned and purchasable, ranging from the lollipop hammer that smashes a single candy to the UFO that drops powerful wrapped candies into play. Daily bonuses, event rewards, and streak systems are designed to drip-feed these tools into your inventory, but their presence is also a reminder of the game's monetization DNA. You can buy more moves, lives, and boosters with a couple of taps, and that temptation tends to spike when you fail a level at 1 jelly remaining. This just one more try loop is masterfully engineered, and it's no accident that the game gives you 5 lives that refill over time. Enough to keep you coming back multiple times a day without letting you burn out in a single session. Unless you open your wallet. Beyond the main saga, King has layered on a rotating schedule of events and limited time challenges that give the game a sense of urgency and variety. Features like the chocolate box reward you for completing specific tasks. Star tournaments push you to replay older levels for high scores, and episode races pit you against a handful of other players to see who can clear a batch of levels fastest. The Season Pass-style progression tracks complete, with free and paid reward tiers are now commonplace, adding yet another set of goals and incentives to your play sessions. These systems are clearly designed to keep you logging in daily, but they also give veteran players something to do when waiting for new levels to be released. In terms of pacing, the game strikes a balance between bite-sized sessions, a quick few levels on a coffee break, and longer marathons when you get on a lucky streak. Though the stamina system naturally enforces pauses. Visually, Candy Crush Saga's art style is as unmistakable as it is relentlessly cheerful. The candies are rendered with a glossy, almost edible shine, each type instantly recognizable by shape and color, which makes reading the board effortless. Even in the most chaotic cascades, the backgrounds shift subtly between episodes, offering whimsical candy-themed environments, populated by quirky characters like Tiffy and Mr. Toffee, who add a light, occasionally nonsensical narrative framing. The UI is bright and inviting with large touch targets and smooth swipe responsiveness, important in a game where quick pattern recognition and execution are key. Animations are crisp with each match and cascade accompanied by satisfying pops, jingles, and whooshes that enhance the feedback loop. The sound design is sugary in every sense. Upbeat background tunes with a light bounce, encouraging voice lines like delicious and sweet, punctuating big matches and sound effects that feel rewarding without becoming grating over time, though many veteran players play muted when grinding. Performance-wise, Candy Crush Saga runs flawlessly on almost any modern device, which is part of its enduring reach. The game loads quickly, levels transitions smoothly, and input is near instant, ensuring no frustration between thought and action. Even on older or low-end phones, the game maintains its responsiveness and visual fidelity, thanks to its relatively lightweight requirements and King's continual optimization. Regular updates bring not just new levels, but occasional feature tweaks, bug fixes, and seasonal theming, which helps the game feel alive. Even for longtime players, community reception has been consistently high in terms of addictiveness and polish, though the monetization model, particularly the reliance on limited lives and the pressure to purchase boosters, has drawn criticism from some players who feel later levels lean too heavily on luck or spending. Comparing Candy Crush Saga to its many imitators and Match-3 cousins, what stands out is the sheer density of content and the smoothness of its onboarding curve. Many games have tried to replicate its formula, but few match the way it layers in mechanics, over time mixing old and new obstacles so that no single section of the game feels stale. While titles like Bejeweled laid the groundwork for Match-3 gameplay, Candy Crush Saga's integration of progression, social competition, daily events, and a constant trickle of rewards created a template for free-to-play puzzle games that still followed today. The downside is that this design is unapologetically sticky, sometimes to a manipulative degree, making it less about beating the game and more about being perpetually engaged in it. If you're looking for a narrative arc or a finite goal, you won't find it here. The game is built to be endless, with new levels released regularly to keep even the most advanced players from hitting a true endgame. Replayability is effectively infinite, not just because of the volume of levels, but because the random nature of the boards means even familiar layouts can play out differently, depending on the luck of the candy drops. Events and competitions offer reasons to revisit older levels, and the scoring system provides an avenue for mastery beyond simply clearing objectives. For social players, the Facebook integration and in-game friend lists allow for sharing lives, comparing progress and friendly competition, though it's optional for those who prefer a solitary puzzle experience. King's understanding of player psychology is evident in every system. From the way losing streaks eventually give you a lucky board to reignite hope, to the way the game congratulates you after a good run, subtly encouraging you to keep going. In the end, Candy Crush Saga is less a traditional game you finish and more a habit you form. It's brightly packaged, mechanically satisfying, and cleverly engineered to keep you swiping long past the point you intended to stop. Its blend of tactile puzzle-solving, constant trickle of rewards, and ever-expanding content has made it not just a staple of mobile gaming, but a cultural touchstone, one of the first games people think of when they think mobile gaming. Whether you view that as a testament to its brilliance or a warning about its addictive design depends on your perspective, but there's no denying its mastery over the free-to-play Match-3 formula. For those who enjoy the genre, it remains one of the most polished and content-rich options available, and for better or worse, it's likely to be with us, and at the top of the charts for many years to come.
Sweet. Sugar Crush. Sweet. Divine. Sugar Crush. Divine. Sugar Crush.